What's up, guys? Welcome back for another Solo Omega episode 12. Just giving you kind of an update over the past few days and kind of going to be talking about where this series is going to kind of go from here. Since starting the series, I've really just, refound or I guess reinforced my love for solo gameplay. So I've been doing a lot of downsizing as far as assets, just getting everything kind of like back into like flex form, and I'm more or less interested in like a solo, like going extreme solo, if you would say. I mean, I've always played solo, but with like alts and things like that. But I'm thinking that what I really want to do moving forward is just kind of working on one character, one ship, and just see how much we can do in a month as far as ISK from doing, data relic sites or combat anomalies, and literally just using just one ship. The the Tengu has been one of those ships that I've just absolutely loved ever since I trained into it. It allows me to do things like, ports or rally points, and then also I'm able to do like my data relics and things like that. I get a better, actually I was using like an Astro and a Buzzard for like my scanning, but I've kind of simplified my implant setup and everything like that. So I'm running like scanning and archaeology implants, with my training implants, and that allows me to get a much better, like my probe strength on this thing right now is like 127. And I'm not +5 for all the scanning stuff yet. Like I think I'm like level 4 for most things, but I'm kind of working on getting all that stuff kind of maxed out. Um, so for December, I think what we're gonna do is I have my corporation set to 100%, and so we're gonna be kind of just keeping track of what ISK is being generated via like bounties, anything that we get from data relic sites. I'll export it at the end of the month, um, and we'll add all that to whatever in the corp wallet. This is my second port for the day, and we're at like 8.6 million right now, which is not bad. ESS still hasn't paid out, so what I'm gonna do is just over the course of this month, we're just gonna like kind of just stack everything that we can. If we sell anything, it'll go straight to, we'll sell it as the corporation, and so it'll go into the corporation wallet. I'm more or less just curious what we can do with just one character and with just one ship, and just operating kind of like that, which I think will be really exciting. Um, I'm gonna try to limit my movement. Like for the rest of this series, for like this series going forward, we're gonna be like trying to go universe wide for the most part. We're not gonna try to stick exclusively in null. So I think for December, we're just gonna kind of see what we can generate in null, and then we'll pick a new objective after that. Whether it be like what kind of generate in a month with a solo ship in high sec. We'll eventually get into doing things like wormhole things and Pochfin, or whatever whatever suggestions you guys would like to see, or whatever whatever tickles my fancy for the most part. I'm thinking like doing like month-long kind of experiments, and I'm open to suggestions too, right? If you have a ship that you would like to see me like run solo for a few weeks, or an activity you'd like to see done ad nauseum and see what kind of like overall sustainable income it can generate, I'm interested in doing experiments like that. So, but I think just to kind of like get this format figured out, for the most part, we're gonna like for December, for like the last of this year, we're just gonna stick to null, do ports, rally points, relic sites, and just kind of stack and see what happens. See where we're at the end of the month. I think it's gonna be pretty surprising what we can generate, and it's also going to depend wildly on how much I play and how lucky I get with like relics and stuff like that. But I think over the course of like 3 or 4 weeks, it's will be a really good testament of what you can do. I do still believe that the Tengu is an amazing ship to train into. It is a big train, but I think that putting the time in, putting the skill points into it is highly worth it. And so hopefully this experiment will illustrate that for the most part. I'm running these javelins on this right now just because I'm trying to use up the javelins I've got. I've got like 100,000 rage missiles too. And so we're gonna be just basically trying to turn all these missiles into ISK for the most part, and then that's our only resupply needed. In null, it's just we have to feed ourselves missiles. If we can find them locally, we probably will when we get to the point where we need to resupply. But for the most part, we're kind of stocked up. We have everything we kind of need. So And then I'm carrying like refit stuff here too, so it just kind of depends. I carry a data analyzer, even though I'm not necessarily interested in data's. Cargo scanners, just in case I decide I want to like scan nodes at some point. Target painter, just in case I want to do some stuff that maybe has better application with that. Shield boosters like that, but I've just kind of like got it pretty much standardized how I like it right here. Cause if a SIG pops up right now, I can technically just like scan it, and if it's something I want to do, I can finish this port, fly over there, do it, and then if I'm doing like that relic site, another signature pops up, I can go and scan that while I'm clearing those nodes, and that kind of overlap, I'm gonna hope is gonna kind of streamline a lot of the play here. But we're gonna try to like show as much of the process as we can, unedited as much as we can. A lot of it's gonna get pretty repetitive, but I'll try to just like do some like the highlights of like the day of play or whatever, or talk about cool things that have happened or whatever. Right now, just clearing these is I mean, damage is a little bit lower than running rages, but I have a lot more flexibility with the range of these javelins. Plus, their time to target is a lot faster than rages, so overall it feels like it goes faster, even though the damage is a little bit lower. Another thing I'm going to talk about, another trick that I've done, I did this like yesterday when I was running a Garista's base. And this works really well if you're in a dead-end system. Dead-end system meaning you're in a system that basically has one gate. But just as like a deterrent, whenever I'm doing anything, I usually like throw out combats and throw them over like the celestial group where the gate's at. And what that lets me do is it's like whenever they come into the system, whenever like a nuke comes into the system, they immediately see combat probes on the scanner, on the D scan, which almost like 95% of the time they just turn around and leave. And that's all you do, just keep those out. And if they decide not to leave, then obviously like the combat probes are already kind of out and ready to go. I find that just kind of hilarious how that small little deterrent can work sometimes. Try to focus on. I'm probably gonna start doing more rally points than ports because the battleships for the Tengu just take a little bit longer. Go and load my regular probes again, just so. Go and load my regular probes again, just so that they're good to go. Cause I usually just have regular probes going in case a combat sig or cosmic sig pops up. But I figured, yeah, I'd just give kind of an update on like what I've been doing. A lot of like a lot of my revenue that I get while playing Eve, I try to like push. You guys seen it? I push it all the way to Plex, and if I don't need to have that disk for something in particular, I try to keep it in Plex for long term because it just has like obviously it has a chance to like go down in value, but it also has a chance to go up in value. One of my bigger goals moving over like long-term goals I suppose for Eve is I want to eventually try to get to like to be a trillionaire, be it while being solo. Obviously it's gonna take a long time. It has gonna have to depend a lot on like different game mechanics and playing in different areas and doing different activities. But one of the big reasons I like converting everything to Plex is eventually I want to be skirting pretty close to that 1 trillion net value, right? So I'll be looking at net value for that. So that'll be like Plex, ISK, and then combined assets. But it'd be actually interesting. And it'll take a long time, obviously, but getting there as a solo player would be kind of a flex. But it's a good goal. I don't think it's unattainable. I think it just takes a lot of efficiency and concentration and things like that. But see, as you can see here, these battleships just take a little bit longer than I personally like. I think I'm gonna switch to like rally points when I'm gonna really be spamming these combat anoms. But and we also like today for some reason haven't had any cosmic signatures pop up. Like there's still the same one from yesterday. Actually, this cosmic signature has been here for like a week, but yeah. Some days it's lighter than more than other days, but that's fine. I'm gonna finish running this, and then I'm probably not gonna play too much more today, but I might do a few more ports and things like that. But I figured I'd give you guys an update on like what the plan is with this series, and hope to see you in the next videos and next episodes as we move forward and explore and try out new things. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.